Hello, this is trans creator Alexis Blake. Kim Petras is a trans woman so hot that it almost turns me on, and that's saying something. There's Samantha Lux. I mean, come on. And this is the ultra-popular Blair White. I'm a big fan of all four of these lovely women. Here's my question though. What do these four women have in common, besides killer bodies, pretty faces, and millions upon millions of followers? I kinda feel bad for them. I've been blessed with 500 people who have stuck with me despite my flaws and despite my low quality videos. I was able to write a book. I've been blessed with these surreal YouTube shorts. Blessed with 50 video diaries. A class to teach for absolutely no money. People to watch stuff with me. A way to show my respect for the dead. I get to do things that I don't really want to do. Blessed with my top 20s. Blessed with an outlet for my imagination. Blessed with an encyclopedia of selfies. A way to whine about current events. A way to make love connections. And a chance to tell my story. I've been blessed with everything that I could really ever want. That includes you. Yeah, right now watching this video. Thank you. This is a celebration of my first year on YouTube and how having a channel has changed my life. I hope you'll stick around. Yesterday was exactly 1 year since I started this channel, and I am ecstatic about it. This is such a big deal to me because whenever I start something, a lot of times I get frustrated and just give up. I just had so many things, to let go of internally, and it finally dawned on me that a YouTube channel would be the perfect way to do so. As I've said before, and as you can clearly see, I don't have a bunch of fancy equipment. I don't have a fancy camera. Don't even have a microphone. Yet, I don't even have a good place to record, in all honesty. But sometimes in life you just have to make do with what you got. And I had a lot of stuff I wanted to say. Let me just go ahead and get this out of the way. If you have been around my channel, especially if you're a subscriber and you've been here, then I owe it all to you. I would not be sitting here right now talking into this camera if it weren't for you. Because if I would have received no kind of positive response to my first video, then this channel wouldn't have moved on. So you can either pat yourself on the back or kick yourself in the butt, whichever, however you feel about it. But I say thank you very much. So for context, let's take a look at my analytics and take a somewhat of a deep dive into my numbers here. It all started with a low-budget, raunchy-ass commercial.
Romeo and Juliet was a masterpiece in the Dark Ages. Ghost was kinda hot. The Grieving Widow was ugliness incarnate. Twilight was a turn on, turn right, back off. Brokeback Mountain was as feel-good as a Spinal Tap. 50 Shades of Grey was my hair. After the 50 are boner killer. Get ready for a real tale of love, heartbreak, same-sex sex, opposite-sex drama, revenge, depression, uplifting humanity, discrimination, acceptance, friendship, vanity, obsession, tragedy, charm, controversy, explicit three-way sex, misunderstandings, lies, secrets, hatred, soul-searching transformation, peace, enemies, destiny, anger, and last but not least, some of the most fucked up situations that you've read. That's just part 1. And guess what? Most of it is true. Written by me, Patricia W., aka Sex Bunny Trisha, aka a transsexual mental patient off her meds. Attractivity. Part 1. Read this book. You will either thank me or hate me. Go to Amazon Kindle store under ebooks and at least read the free chapter unless you're a P-U-S-S-Y like me. Tee-hee wink wink. If you correctly predict how part 2 will end, I will send you $50 immediately. Am I serious? Well, email me with your prediction and ctrishawolf@gmail.com. You want the book for free? Take it, but please read it. Email me at tractivitybook@gmail.com. Tell me if I'm pretty, and I'll reply with the book in PDF format and an invitation to come get your sensual BJ to say thank you for the compliment. Must have a penis for that. I'm not a lesbian. I'm sorry, ladies. Let's just be friends. Thank you all, and lots of love. From Trisha. I'm blowing you a kiss. Wait, don't catch that. I'm still contagious.
I had recently finished and published my book on Amazon and was looking for a way to promote it. So I figured, why not start a YouTube channel and just put the commercials on it? Why not? Couldn't hurt. It's worth a shot. That's exactly what I did. As a matter of fact, the actual email used for my channel is attractivitybook@gmail.com. After the commercial, this channel just lay dormant for a while, and I decided that I wanted to do a channel about Pokemon and video games that I like. So I made another channel called Cybergirl, and that channel is still there, I do believe. And it was not popular at all. A few months later, I was going through a very rough patch, and I started talking into my phone, as you would, just a camera, and decided I was going to make a video diary and put it back on the first channel. And so that's what I did. I made my first video diary, and I was not expecting, just like the commercial and Cybergirl, I was expecting nothing. No, maybe 5 views, if that. And holy cow! And a couple of days later, I noticed it was at like 500, something like that, and it was a lot. It has since been re-uploaded, so now it's back down to like 300. But the first upload was up, I do believe, it was close to 1,000. It was like 800 views in total on video diary number 1. And I thought to myself, okay, well, that's pretty cool. And I was getting some supportive comments from people, and yeah, and it just really made me feel a little bit better. I don't know how else to put it. It made me feel a little bit better. I was very depressed. And so a week or 2 later, I made another video diary, and video diaries were born.
And I just have to deal with it. Because it can't be any other way. This is me. You don't want to hear me all depressed. I don't blame you for leaving. I want so bad to help other people that are going through this so they know that they're not alone.
As you can see, I was a regular Stephanie Spielberg right out the gate. So it was set. My channel would be video diaries and commercials. One morning I was doing my makeup, and I decided that I wanted to do a little makeup tutorial. Kind of to feminize your face, I guess. And so I made one, and it was just going to be a regular video diary because that's all that was on my channel at this point. And then I decided to make it its own thing. Like, okay, well, I've seen other people's YouTube channels, and they have different, a lot of times they have different series. So, yeah, that's kind of how it works. I'm like, duh, Trisha. I'm slow, guys. It takes me a little while to get this stuff sometimes. But then it dawned on me, it's like, okay, well, this can be its own thing. It doesn't have to be a video diary. And that's how Miss Trisha's class was born. It wasn't until later that I decided to call these Miss Trisha's class. At first I think they were just called, like, I don't remember, Trans 101 or something like that. After the somewhat positive reaction to the video diaries that I had done, and my idea of positive might not be what you think of positive, but for me, anything over 100 views is a positive, because remember, I didn't expect any views. I just didn't. So, I wanted to make a timeline with, I have tons and tons of selfies, as you guys should know. I have a lot of selfies. So I decided I was going to make a timeline and put it on the channel. And so I started picking out some photos, and I made Transgender Timeline Volume 1. I remember being really excited whenever I noticed that this video got over 100 views. Shortly before Halloween, my friend had given me a box of candy bars that they sell like in middle school or whatever. And I noticed that they were expired. I went, started eating them and realized that it tasted funky. And I looked at the date and realized they were expired. Like, gee, thanks. So I was gonna just throw them away, but then I was like, wait a minute. I'm gonna eat these damn things, and I'm gonna record myself doing it. That's how Dare Me was born. Hey everybody, my name is Patricia, and today I'm going to do something very stupid. So, my friend gave me this box of chocolates here, and they are expired. So, I'm going to see how many I can eat. It says they expired back in July. It's backwards, I think, but yeah, you see it. July 2024. I had been wanting to do this kind of little series thing called Truth or Dare, where the way I envisioned it would be people would give me dares in the comment section, and I would have to do them and record myself doing it, or truth, or they could ask me anything and I'd have to tell them the truth. And that's kind of how I envisioned. It. Excuse me. But it just kind of morphed into just screw the truth part. I'll just start doing stuff I don't want to do, or stuff that's kind of stupid, or stuff like that. Dare me. One day on my news feed on my phone, I noticed an article about a young transgender woman who had been killed, stabbed to death, Brianna Guy, and I started reading about it, and it tore me up. It broke my heart, seriously, and I decided I was going to make a little video about it and kind of go over the details and everything, kind of in the same vein as like a true crime type deal, but to start telling the stories of these young transgender women that were killed because they were transgender, basically. And so I made the first video, which is Brianna Guy, and it was a very, very rough, hard video for me to make, and I'm not even kidding, it really was, because I was crying. I didn't really hold nothing back, and it was very hard to get through it, because the details of that case were just horrific, and my heart just went out to her family and everybody that loved and cared about her, and herself. So that's how transgender victims came about. I don't know if I want to know anymore. Jenkinson and Ratcliffe were spotted from a distance by a woman walking her dog with a husband in the park. After realizing they had been noticed, the murderers fled the scene.
The couple then discovered Johnny's body face down.
So after my channel had been around for 5-6 months or so, it wasn't very, very popular. But here's the thing. It was 10 times more popular than I ever figured it would be. Maybe I have low standards, I don't know. It may be silly or funny to some of y'all, and that's okay. But it's the truth. I felt like it was a success because some people were watching and some people were subscribing. And that's more than I ever counted on. That's, I don't know how else to say it. I did not expect that. But it was happening. So I was overjoyed. So, channel stays on. I was noticing most of my comments were positive and supportive. Or just kind of neutral. But here and there, I would start getting hateful comments because of the nature of my channel, the nature of me, and it was just really starting to hurt my feelings, guys. And so I turned comments into strict, as they are now, and to see if that would help. And there was a comment that I don't wish to repeat, but it almost shut this whole channel down. It was that horrific. And it was about my mother, who's passed away. In one of my videos I had mentioned her. And it just made me think, how on earth could somebody be so mean? But I didn't just shut the channel down like I was going to. I shut it down for a little while though, and I stopped making videos altogether. I just didn't have it in me. I've been called gross, dude, bro, he. I've had any kind of hurtful thing you can have said to you, I've had it said to me in the comments before. Oh well. That's just the way the world is, and it's okay. I just would always tell myself that. They're entitled to their opinions. I don't really see the need to just flat out try to hurt me like that, but it is what it is. And I just kept moving on despite it, because so what? Some people are obviously liking the channel, because if they weren't, I wouldn't get any views at all, no subscribers. But I was steadily getting more and more. So, on with the show. This is not the end of the story though. Oh, far from it. In part 2, we're going to talk about the video that changed my channel completely. And I hope you're going to join me for it. Plus, we're going to talk about all the other series that I started to make. Guys, thank y'all so much for just being here with me and giving me your attention, because like I always say, I don't deserve it, but you've given it to me anyways, and I really appreciate it. You're so cool. I'm just ecstatic. I know it may not seem like it, but I am overjoyed with the fact that it's been a whole year and the channel's still here, and there are some people out there that actually like watching what I do, and I'm blessed. I could not be happier. I couldn't ask for more in life than that. When I react to these trans women that are just drop dead gorgeous and stuff, of course I'm gonna get jealous, but at the end of the day, I'm still blessed, and I'm happy, and I owe it all to you. So, thank you for joining me on this little celebration here. I will see y'all on the next video. Goodbye.